the new divine God, the new divine goddess, the old divine God, the old divine goddess, the greater divine God, the greater divine goddess, the lesser divine God, the lesser divine goddess, the higher divine God, the higher divine goddess, the lower divine God, the lower divine goddess, the superior divine God, the superior divine goddess, the inferior divine God, the inferior divine goddess, the greater divine spirit, the lesser divine spirit, the higher divine spirit, the lower divine spirit, the major divine God, the major divine goddess, the minor divine God, the minor divine goddess, the divine ancestor God, the divine ancestor goddess, the ascendant divine God, the ascendant divine goddess, the descendant divine God, the descendant divine goddess, the transcendent divine God, the transcendent divine goddess, the authentic divine God, the authentic divine goddess, the synthetic divine God, the synthetic divine goddess, the future divine God, the future divine goddess, the present divine God, the present divine goddess, the past divine God, the past divine goddess, the progressive divine God, the progressive divine goddess, the regressive divine God, the regressive divine goddess, the ordinary divine God, the ordinary divine goddess, the extraordinary divine God, the extraordinary divine goddess, the static divine God, the static divine goddess, the dynamic divine God, the dynamic divine goddess, the divine land God, the divine land goddess, the divine sea God, the divine sea goddess, the divine sky God, the divine sky goddess, the divine half God, the divine half goddess, the divine apostle, the divine prophet, the divine prophetess, the divine evangelist, the divine shepherd, the divine shepherdess, the divine teacher, the divine leader, the divine helper, the divine administrator, the divine server, the divine exhorter, the divine contributor, the divine Protestant, the divine revelation, the divine wisdom, the divine understanding, the divine knowledge, the divine polymath, the divine genius, the divine sophistication, the divine intelligence, the divine faith, the divine hope, the divine love, the divine grace, the divine favor, the divine mercy, the divine goodness, the divine forgiveness, the divine righteousness, the divine truthfulness, the divine sign, the divine healing, the divine miracle, the divine wonder, the divine prophecy, the divine discernment of spirits, the divine tongues, the divine interpretation of tongues,